गन्धं धारयामि नमः गन्धं धारयामि नमः कुङ्कुमं कामराविद्यं कामना कामसंभव कुङ्कुमेन चिते देव तथा शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे ॐ हं हनुमते नमः दीपं दर्शयामि नमः ॐ सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृष्ट्वा अत्युशिष्टदशाङ्गुलं पुरुषाय वेदगं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यं हुतामि तत्त्वशेषानः यदन्नेनातिरोहतिम् एतावानस्य महिमा अतो जायांश्च पुरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वभूतानि ॐ त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादूर्ध्वा उदयपुरुषः पादोऽसेह भवत्पुनः ततो विश्वं व्यक्रामत ताशनानशनेऽभि तस्माद्विरादजायतं विराजोऽधिपुरुषः तज्जातो अत्यविच्युतात् पश्चाद्भूमिमतो पुरात् यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वत वसन्तोऽस्य सीधाजं ग्रीष्मयुग्म शरद्धवेः सप्तास्यासन् परिधयः कृता सप्ता समिधा कृताः इदेवा यज्ञं तन्वानः अबध्ननं पुरुषं पशुं तं यज्ञं बर्हिषि प्रोक्षं पुरुषं जातमग्रता तेन देवा अयाजन्ता साध्या ऋषयश्च ये तस्माद्यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः ऋचः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्ञिरे तस्माद्यतुस्तस्मादाजाता जावयः तस्मादश्व अजायन्त ये केचोभयादता गावो जज्ञिरे तस्मादसुस्तस्माज्जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं यदधूकतिधाय कल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ बाहु का उरु पादा उच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासि बाहुराजन्यकृता उरु तदस्व यद्वैषां पद्भ्यां शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः तथा लोकामकल्पयन् वेदामहेतं पुरुषामहान्तम् आदित्यवर्णोतमसस्तुपारि सर्वाणि रूपाणि विजित्य वीरः नामानि कृत्वा विबधन्यधास्ते धाता पुरस्ताजमुजाजहार शक्रप्रविद्ध्वाधमुतस्य तस्य त्वमेवं विद्वान् इह भवति नान्यपन्थाय अयनाय विद्यते ॐ यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमन्यासन देहनाकं महिमानः सचन्त यत्र पूर्वे साध्यान् अन्तिरेवः बोले सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्री रामचंद्र कृपाल भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम् नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम् श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नव नील नीरज सुंदर पद पीत मान उतरित रुचि सुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम् श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। भज दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदन रघुनंद आनंद खंद कौशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम् श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु उदार अंग विभूषण आजानु भुज सर चाप धर संग्राम जित कर दूषणम् श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम् मम हृदय कंज निवास कुरु कामारि खलदल गंजनम् श्री राम 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 श्री राम। बोले सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। संकट मोचन Hanuman Ashtakam. These are the 8 verses praising Hanumanji and chanting this very powerful shlokas written by Goswami Tulsidas. Sankat means troubles, distractions, anything that we want to destroy us. Most of that is in our mind and in ourselves. So as we pray, we ask Bhagwan Hanumanji to uplift us and strengthen our good values, and to help us, of course, suppress, ignore, put away all forms of negativities in life. बाल समय रवि भक्ष लियो तब तीन हो लोक भयो धियारो ताहि सो त्रास भयो जग को यह संकट काहू सो जात न तारो देवन आनी करी बिनती, तब चार दियो रवि कष्ट निवारो। को नहीं कपि संकट
मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो।
ओ बाली के त्रास कपिस बस गिरी जात, महाप्रभु पंत निहारो। चौकी महामुनि साप दियो, तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो। कै द्विज रूप लिवाई महाप्रभु, सो तुम दास के शोक निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। अंगद के संग लन गए सिय, खोज कपीश यहन उचारो। जीवत ना बची हो हम सो, जो बिना सुधि लाई हाँ पग धारो। एरी थके तत सिंधु सब, तब लाई सिया सुधि प्राण उबारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो,
संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो।
बान लाग्यो रावण त्रास दई सिय को, सब राक्षसी सो कही शोक निवारो। ताही समय हनुमान महाप्रभु, जाए महारज निचर मारो। चाहत सिया शोक सो आगी, सो दे प्रभु मुद्रिका शोक निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बाण लाग्यो और लक्ष्मण के, तब प्राण तजे सुत रावण मारो। लय गृह वैद्य सुषेण समेत, तब गिरि द्रोण सुवीर उपारो। आनि सजीवन हाथ दई, तब लक्ष्मण के तुम प्राण उबारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण युद्ध अजान कियो, तब नाग की फांस सब सिर दारो। श्री रघुनाथ समेत सब दल, मोह भयो यह संकट भारो। आनी खगेश तब हनुमान, जो बंधन काति सो त्रास निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बंधु समेत जब यही रावण लय रघुनाथ पताल सिधारो, देव ही पूजी बलि विधि सो बलि देव सब मिली मंत्र विचारो, जाए सहाय भयो तब ही अहि रावण सैन्य समेत सहारो, को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। काज किए बर देवन के तुम वीर महाप्रभु देखे विचारो, कौन सो संकट मोर गरीब को जो तुम से नहीं जात है तारो, बेगी हरो हनुमान महाप्रभु जो कछु संकट होए हमारो, को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, ओ नाम तिहारो, नाम तिहारो, नाम तिहारो, नाम तिहारो, ओ नाम तिहारो, नाम तिहारो, नाम तिहारो, नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। लाल देह लाली लसे अरुधर लाल लंगूर, वज्र देह दानो दलन, जय 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 कपिसूर, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। बोले बजरंगबली भगवान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Hanuman ji just finished Abhishekam and Alankar ceremony. We bathe Hanuman ji and prasad is being offered to him. Want to welcome all our devotees to mostly online this evening to Hanuman ji Chalisa and Sundarkand Satsangh held every week here at the temple, and seeking the blessings of Hanuman ji on all of you, of course. We're going to have a few bhajans now by the children, after which we'll come back and do Hanumanji Chalisa and a little bit Sundarkand and then Aarti. So we'll have Aruna and Bhumika will sing now, and then we'll come back after their song.
लक्ष्मी साथ लाएंगे चक्रा हार लाएंगे चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना ओ चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना कभी राम बनेंगे कभी श्याम बनेंगे चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना ओ चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना ओ चले आना ओ चले आना ओ चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना। भाग्यो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो भाग्यो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो भाग्यो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो वस्तु अमोलक दिया मेरे सतगुरु वस्तु अमोलक दिया मेरे सतगुरु कृपा कर अपनायो पायो जी मैंने कृपा कर अपनायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई जग में सब ही कवायो पायो जी मैंने जग में सब ही कवायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो मेरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर मेरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर हर्ष हर्ष जस गायो पायो जी मैंने हर्ष हर्ष जस गायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन राम रतन धन राम रतन धन पायो।
बोले सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Let us now chant the Hanuman Ji Chalisa. Hanuman Ji Chalisa was written by Goswami Tulsidas ji, 40 verses, and he says, Jo yah pare Hanuman Chalisa ho ya siddhi sakhi gaurisa. Whoever reads the Hanuman Ji Chalisa, Joya Pare. Pare means read, because not everybody can sing. So he says, whoever reads the Hanuman Ji Chalisa, Ho ye Siddhi Sakhi Gaurisa. They, all the Siddhis of life, Siddhis means blessings. We have different kind of blessings, wealth, happiness, health. All forms of Siddhis become yours. And so Tulsidas Ji Maharaj, it's a beautiful formula that he brought to this world that we have grown to embrace since childhood. For Hindus, of course, many of us follow bhajans and singing and so on. But if there's any Hindu who don't, know many bhajans, they absolutely have at least heard of the Hanumanji Chalisa. And most, of course, can sing it. And if you can sing it, you should get a book or something and try to practice it. But because of the time that we're living in, it's accessible so many ways, so many platforms. Please make it a duty. Hanumanji Maharaj, yatra yatra raghunata kirtanam tatra tatra kritamastakanjalim. We have, as Hindus, sometimes we think that God is only accessible certain days. That's never so, because God is accessible every single day. Hanumanji Chalisa, Hanumanji worship is done any day. Yatra yatra raghunata kirtanam. Whenever and wherever we sing Bhagwan Ram's name, He's always there. He's always there. He is never for Himself. He always did everything for His Lord. So to Hanumanji Maharaj, we sing the Hanumanji Chalisa and seek His blessings. I would like to dedicate this Hanumanji Chalisa to a devotee of our temple, a very nice lady, Auntie Radhika Dhanraj. She has been unwell for many years. Auntie Radhika and Uncle Vincent, they are still devotees of the temple, but when she was in great health, she used to be here all the time for all our celebrations, services. Unfortunately, she is not well and she couldn't be here for many years. So I'd like to dedicate this Hanumanji Chalisa to her. Auntie Radhika, I'm so happy I spoke with you. And I hope and pray that may Bhagwan Hanumanji continue to give you the strength that you need to heal and to have hope still. I always say Hanumanji Maharaj, he fell so many times. He always fell. They hit him with an arrow, all the kind of things. He fell. There was nothing wrong in falling. But he never failed. And that is a formula in our teaching in life we should always take. We are going to fall. We're going to slip. We're going to have terrible, terrible times and days. But always try to rise above that. And if you think you have failed, then rise again. There is still hope and there is still a tomorrow. This Hanumanji Chalisa is dedicated to you, Auntie Radhika, and fully, of course, you stay strong and have faith in the Lord continuously. Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nij Man Mukur Sudhar Barno Raghuvar Bimal Jasu Jodayak Phalchari Buddhihin Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bal Buddhi Vidya Deho Mohi Harahu Kalesh Vikar Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar Jai Kapish Tino Loka Ujagar Ram Dut Atulit Baldhama Anjani Putra Pavan Sutanama Mahavir Vikram Bajrangi Kumat Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchan Varan Viraj Suvesha Kanan Kundal Kunchit Kesha Hath Bhadra aur Dhwaja Viraje Kane Muj Janeyo Saje Shankar Suvan Kesari Nandan Tej Pratap Mahajagvandan Vidyavan Guni Ati Chatur Ram Kaj Karive Goad Prabhu Charit Sunidhe Ko Rasiya दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिया भरत संभाई। सहस बदन तुम्हरो यश गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अनीसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण देना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लीलोताहि मधुर पद जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरे मुख माही, जल दिलांगे अचरज लाई। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाथ देखावे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सासु अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चेतन करहि, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करहि।
संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। ओ जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, चूक ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा, होई सीधी साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महादेवा। की जय नाथ हृदय महादेवा। की जय नाथ हृदय महादेवा।
पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय में बसहूँ सुरभूप सिया। भज रामचंद्र की जय, शरणम प्रभु। बोले पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। गिरारत जल बीच सम, कहियत मित्र न मिन। बंदो सीता राम पद, जिन्हि परम प्रिय खिन।
Tulsidas ji Maharaj, on this beautiful evening, we reflect upon some of his writings. Tulsidas is a saint, a 17th century saint who wrote many things. He wrote Janaki Mangal, he wrote Parvati Mangal, he wrote Ramcharitmanas, of course, Ramayana as we all call it, Ramcharitmanas, and of course he wrote Hanumanji Chalisa. And as he wrote the beautiful Ramcharitmanas, which is a beautiful episode, beautiful book of many episodes of Ram Bhagwan's life, he bows down to Sita and Ram. Bandau Sita Ram Pad, Jinhahi Param Priya Kin. I do homage to the feet of Sita and Ram, the refuge of the distressed, who are truly one as a word and its meaning. Water and the wave are one and inseparable. Sita and Ram is like the water and the wave, he's saying. Inseparable. You may think that, in the Bhagavatam they ask you, is the water in the wave or is the wave in the water? Right? Is the water in the wave or is the wave in the water? Now you can spin that however you want to spin it and try to make sense out of it. Tulsidas is saying, and that's why he simplified his whole writing. He says Sita and Ram are like the water and the wave. Try to make a distinction between the two of them. You can't. Because without one, the other cannot be there. It's an interesting take, right? You may come with all sorts of a beautiful analogy and sense to tell you that, the water is in the wave or the wave is in the water. Tulsidas used to forget about all that. Without the water, there is no wave, and without the wave, there is no water. And that is what he says is Ram and Sita. Without one, the other doesn't exist. But then he was asked, Tulsidas ji, you seem very material. You're bowing to a physical form, right? And we all know that we bow to a physical form. When you bow to a form, when you bow to a person, you are not bowing necessarily to the physical aspect of them. You are bowing to what they carry, the qualities that they carry. And that is why it's important that every day we try our best to cultivate beautiful qualities of life, so that maybe people will not bow at you necessarily, but they will at least appreciate what you're carrying, right? Which is your values, your morals, your simple style of living. And so what he did, Tulsidas, he said, okay, no problem. I will show you, I will tell you about the greater aspect. What did he say?
बंदव नाम राम रघुबर को हेतु कृसानु भानु हिम कर को राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम
जय जय राम।
ओ विधि हरिहर भय वेद प्राण सो विधि हरिहर भय वेद प्राण सो अगुण अनूप गुण निधान सो राम
सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
महामंत्र जोई जप मोहे काशी मुकुति हेतु उपदेशु राम
सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
ओ महिमा जासु जान गण रावु प्रथम पूजियत नाम प्रभावु राम
सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
बंदो नाम राम रघुबर को. Bando Nam Ram Raghubar ko. I bow, he says, I do homage to Ram, the name of the Lord. I bow to the name of the Lord. This thing, name, all of us were given a name for a reason. Of course, for identification purposes, right? We have many names. Some of us, a few of us have one, but that's fine. And then you have those that people give you too. You can't get away from that. But then let's go back to Ram. A name that is given to you is given to you for a purpose. In the Hindu concept, when somebody is born, they're born under a planet. The Panditji takes those calculation thing, long story short, and based on the time of birth under that planet, a name is given to the person. Why? Because when someone calls that name, they're activating in that person, they're activating the energy that they are born under, right? And I always give you this example. I can only talk about my name because I don't talk other people's name. My name only. So Har comes from the planet of Shiva. So every time you say Hardat, or I say, or whoever say Hardat, you're activating me, right? You're activating me to my God, right? Somebody call you from a distance or near, whatever it is. They're activating that energy of Shiva. So you become more connected to God. So in a way, it is nice when, people talk about me and things. So look at it that way. A name carries an identity. A name carries weight. A name carries so many things. A name also carries the work that you do. Your name, when it is called, it can either enhance someone's life because of the work you do. You help, you elevate people, you motivate people, you're positive. So your name, when somebody hears it, sometimes they're in love with it, right? Similarly, when you do, not so nice things, like if you're rude to people all the time, not occasionally, but all the time, and you treat people bad, the minute they hear your name, they run away, right? And the name, although it's associated with a person, sometimes you leave that and you go somewhere else and you find somebody with the same name, and then what happens? Somebody tell you, oh, your neighbor named this, and then what will happen? Oh, bhaiya, that same memory come back to you now. So name carries a lot of things. Tulsidas ji bowed, Bando Naam Ram Raghubar ko. He bows not to the form of Ram. He does not bow to the feet of Ram. He bows to the name of Ram. Why does he bow to the name of Ram? Because the name of Bhagwan Ram, Hetu Krasan Bhanu Himkarko. The name of Bhagwan Ram is the source of all light. The source of all light. In Valmiki time, and Valmiki ji, before Tulsidas, Valmiki was a highway robber. Imagine, highway robber. He used to rob all the saints and things when they used to go with their brass up to the puja and thing. They robbed them. So one day, a saint told him, said, stop doing all this nonsense and call the name of Ram. You'll turn good. He said, what are you talking about? Ram? He said, yeah. You go in the forest and you sit down and you say Rama, 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 Rama all the time. And no matter what happened, don't move. He said, okay, no problem. And Valmiki ji went, and then he started, instead of saying Rama, 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 he reversed the name Mara, 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 Mara. So Mara means to kill. So he sit down there and ants and mosquitoes all start coming, Mara, 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 Mara. And you know what happened? When you say a name reverse all the time, it automatically gets back. So he called Mara, 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 Mara. It becomes Rama, Rama after a while. And then he sat there and an ant's nest was built over him. That's why his name is Valmiki. Valmiki means an ant's nest. An ant's nest was built over him and he did not get disturbed, right? Valmiki ji used the name of Ram Bhagwan to cast away the darkness of his life and to embrace light. The name he used, that's why Tulsidas ji, Bando Naam Ram Bhagarko, Hetu Kusan Bhanu Himikarko. We are searching every day for tools. We are searching every day for methods and processes and formulas in order to elevate ourselves spiritually, religiously. I use the term loosely here. Let us not forget the very basics that our parents taught us. Sita Ram, Ram Ram. These are the very basic things we were taught to use as a tool to let there be light in our lives. Hetu Krisan Bhanu Himikarako. I do homage to the name of Ram, which is a source of all light. Whether of the fire or the sun or the moon, these are all sources of light. From the sun, the moon, or the fire, all of them give you light. Essence of Brahma, Hari and Hara, Vishnu and Shiva, it doesn't matter. Vital breath of the Vedas doesn't matter. All these things are sources of light. Ram's name will give you that light that you're looking for. And that's why Tulsidas ji broke down the Valmiki Ramayana from Sanskrit to Ramcharitmanas to give you the simple name Ram. Use that name, Ram. Bharat says it does not matter if you're even yawning and you say Ram, and you stretch your body or whatever we call it now. He says that is good enough for you. Or if you sneeze and you say Ram, it doesn't matter. He's never upset because the Lord upset and vexed. That's a behavior for a human being. Ram Bhagwan, one of the beautiful things about his life is that he always, although he was the Lord Narayan himself, he always demonstrated the importance of laws in life. He never misused his powers. Saturday's coming is Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is when the sun go into the Tropic of Capricorn or the northern hemisphere. That is called Uttarayan according to our Hindu tradition. The sun goes Uttarayan, the northern hemisphere. And Saturday, January 14th, commences the bright half of the Hindu year. In the bright half of the Hindu year, that is when all the auspicious things happen and all that. But I won't get into that today. Uttarayan. This is one of the few Hindu celebration that has a fixed date every year. No other one, like Ram Navami doesn't have a fixed date every year. because those all operate on the lunar cycle, by the moon, the movement of the moon, right? When the moon moves and changes, our body changes. We know that. We have different cycles in the body. Our body changes when the moon moves in cycles. So because of that, all our other festivals, Ram Navami, Janmashtami, Mahashivratri, Holi, Navratri, all of them are on the lunar cycle. They are operated and determined by the movement of the moon. But Makar Sankranti is the only one that is operated by the solar cycle, which means it is a fixed date every year, January 14th every year. What happens on this day? For different parts of the world, it is called different things. It is called Lohri, Lohri for the Punjabis, and Pongal, and so on. So, anyways, that's what's happening. What is the significance of this day? On this day, Bhagwan Surya Narayan is worshipped. The Lord, the Sun God, He's worshipped on this day. What should you do on this day, on Saturday coming? You should wake up early morning, take a bath, do some prayers to Bhagwan Surya, and do Gayatri Japam. Gayatri Japam is done on this day for purification and for cleansing. Actually, Gayatri Japam should be done every single day by Hindus, but we're busy. So, Pandits, that's a requirement of all Pandits. Every day we do Gayatri Japam, many times for purification. But Saturday, do Gayatri Japam to Bhagwan Surya, throw some dhar outside to the Lord, bathe him, whatever it is that you do to Bhagwan Surya, do on Saturday, Makar Sankranti. Surya Bhagwan, Ram Bhagwan came from the Surya dynasty. Ram Bhagwan came from the Surya dynasty. Surya Bhagwan is the oldest form of energy, the oldest form. He's called Pratyaksha Brahman, which means it's a God that you can see. When you look at the sun, that is God. It's God that you can see. And what happened? One day, as you know, when Ram Bhagwan was fighting Ravana, he was running low on energy. His energy was going physically. So the battle stopped. And even enemies at that time had some discretion. No? They were fighting each other. Ram Bhagwan, even Ravan allowed him. And Ram Bhagwan sat at the battlefield and he did prayers to Surya Bhagwan. That is when he recited the Aditya Hridaya Stotram. Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarva Shatru Vinashanam. We'll be chanting that Saturday at the temple. We have puja starting here from 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. because it's a morning thing. A little Havan, and so just please come on out and celebrate with us. Aditya Hridaya Stotram. Bhagwan Ram chanted the Aditya Hridaya Stotram. For you, you can chant Om Suryaye Namaha, Om Suryaye Namaha, Om Suryaye Namaha. He chanted that, and the Lord showered His energy, or what we call today solar power, which we are discovering today called solar power. The Lord sent His solar power to Ram Bhagwan, and immediately his body was rejuvenated. And that was one of the reasons how he defeated Ravana. How he defeated Ravana. So Saturday is that day. Ram Bhagwan again, so powerful he is. His name is powerful, his form is powerful, his prayer is powerful. And so much we can learn from the Divine Lord, Bhagwan Sri Ram. So, Saturday coming, do some sadhana, some devotion to Surya Bhagwan. And if you can, we are in the temple. We'll do Abhishekam on Bhagwan Surya, 7:30 a.m. on Saturday. Please come on out and join us. We'll have beautiful chantings from Surya Purana. We'll have the Aditya Hridaya Stotram recited and all the beautiful things. So hope you can join us then. May Hanumanji Maharaj bless all of you with strength and devotion. May Bhagwan Ram always be the light in your life. And please remember, if you're feeling down and low one day, for whatever reason, it is okay. All of us go through high times and low times in life. But don't ever forget that Ram name, Bando Ram Nam Raghubar ko Hetu Krisanu Bhanu Him Karako. He is the light within you that can right away rejuvenate you. We'll have 2 bhajans now by Anaya and by Arjun, and after which we'll do Aarti. While they're preparing this, there are lots of good things coming up this year at the temple. As you know, February 18th is Mahashivratri. We have sadhana happening here 5 a.m. every morning. That's not for the public though, it's just me doing my thing. But Shivratri day, we're inviting everyone, 1,100 people I would like to see here from 11 o'clock, offering 1,100 shells of water to Shivji Bhagwan. Please invite everyone to come and have that opportunity. It's going to be a blissful celebration. On January, let me pull up the date and get it right. On January 28th, which is about 2 weeks from now, we're having an evening of bhajans, classical singing, tan, ghazal at the temple, all kinds of singing. We used to have this before pre-COVID. We're going to have it back again. There's no ticket. You can give a $5 donation at the door when you come in, and snacks will be on sale as well. So this is January 28th, an evening of bhajans, classical music, ghazals, and so on that evening. Just a mixture of everything to preserve the culture among our young people. Anaya will sing a beautiful Hanumanji bhajan. Please go ahead.
Mahabali, Mahabali, Jai Mahabali, Mahabali, Jai Mahabali, Mahabali, Jai 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 Bajrang Bali, Jai 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 Bajrang Bali, Mahabali, Mahabali, Jai Mahabali, Mahabali, Jai Mahabali, Mahabali, Jai 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 Bajrang Bali, Jai 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 Bajrang Bali. केसरी नंदन है जगवंदन, केसरी नंदन है जगवंदन, मारुति नंदन है दुख भंजन, मारुति नंदन है दुख भंजन, भजो नाम तेरे बलातली, भजो नाम तेरे बलातली, जय 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 बजरंग बली, जय 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 बजरंग बली, महाबली, महाबली, जय महाबली, महाबली, जय महाबली, महाबली, जय 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 बजरंग बली. राम नाम के तुम ही ज्ञाता, राम नाम के तुम ही ज्ञाता, तुमको जो ध्याता बल बुद्धि पाता, तुमको जो ध्याता बल बुद्धि पाता, हे मन की हनुमत कर दो बलि, हे मन की हनुमत कर दो बलि, जय 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 बजरंग बली, जय 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 बजरंग बली, महाबली, महाबली, जय महाबली, महाबली. बजरंग बली, जय 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 बजरंग बली।
बोलो सदा जयकार पवन सुत महाबली की। बोलो सदा जयकार पवन सुत महाबली की। बोलो सदा जयकार पवन सुत महाबली की। केसरी नंदन बलदारी के, मारुति नंदन उपकारी के। केसरी नंदन बलदारी के, मारुति नंदन उपकारी के। आओ करे सेवाज पवन सुत महाबली की। बोलो सदा जयकार पवन सुत महाबली की। अपने कपीस को मन में बसा के, निस कर पूजन दर पे आके। अपने कपीस को मन में बसा के, निस कर पूजन दर पे आके। आओ शरण सुबह शाम पवन सुत महाबली की। बोलो सदा जयकार पवन सुत महाबली की। संकट मोचन नाम जो ध्यावे, संकट उसके पास न आवे। संकट मोचन नाम जो ध्यावे, संकट उसके पास न आवे। महिमा गाए दिन रात पवन सुत महाबली की। बोलो सदा जयकार पवन सुत महाबली की। बोलो सदा जयकार पवन सुत महाबली की। पवन सुत महाबली की। पवन सुत महाबली की।
I want to thank the children for being here on the Tuesday evening and continue to encourage them through their busy schedules. They always make time to be here. One final announcement. Sunday coming, we will be starting or resuming rather our Gita classes at the temple here. This one is done in person. This one will not be done virtually because we are working hard to promote people coming out physically back to the temple. So my chanting classes start back at the temple for the adults on Thursday. So 7:30, the time is changing. And we are doing this to bring people out back to the temple. It is great for your mental health, for socializing, for coming out and breathing, taking a fresher breath air. just being among people. So chanting classes resume Thursday for the adults at the temple. And then Sunday, next Sunday, well, Sunday coming, we're resuming our Gita classes at the temple. So this will be done from 12 noon to 1:30 every other week. We have the sign-up forms online with the flyer as well. So you need to go and register and come on so we know how many people to cater for. If you don't know how to register, just come or send me a note and I can get you registered. It's not like if you come at the door, we'll stop you because you're not registered. It's just to get a list of everybody. So just come on out that day and commit to learning the Gita. We have a Gita that we recommend. We don't have it in stock, that we recommend people get. I'm trying to get from India, but everything is held up. So this is by Swami, commentary by Swami Chidbhavananda. It is the most practical and the most applicable explanation of the Gita out there. It is very scarce, and this is the last copy I have, which is already taken. So please come on out and bring a Gita. Whatever Gita you have, bring it. If not, we'll make it work. We have nice slides, presentation, and everything to make it work. It's going to be a very beautiful session. It's not me lecturing and you listening. It is interactive. People have a doubt, they ask questions, we talk about it. And we should understand how the Gita relates to you as a Hindu. You know, as a Hindu, we have a lot of responsibilities apart from doing a Hindu wedding and a Hindu cremation. We have much more to do than that. Because unfortunately, that is sometimes when we remember we're a Hindu, when somebody getting married and when somebody dead. We have a responsibility to know a little bit about our scripture. If somebody asks you in the elevator at work or somebody, or where, you got 2-3 minutes, oh, what is it? Tell me one of your scriptures, the Gita. And tell me about the Gita. Can you have 1 or 2 sentences that you can use to explain to them the gist of the Gita? You should, because it's our right as a Hindu to know that. We'll go through all of that and talk about the foundation and everything. So come on out. It's free of charge as well. There is no cost to it because it's a priceless lesson, so we wouldn't charge you for it. Thank you very much. Arti. Yani kani cha papani janmantarkritani cha tani sarvani nashyantu pradakshina.
आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दलन रघुनाथ कला की आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की जाके बल से गिरिवर काबे लोग दोष जाके निकट न जाके अंजनी पुत्र महाबलदाई संतन के प्रभु सदा सहाई आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की आरती की जय हनुमान लला की दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की देवी रघुनाथ पताई गंगा जल सिया सुधराई लंक सुकोट समुद्र सिखाई जात पवन सुत बारन लाई आरती की जय हनुमान लला रघुनाथ कला की। आरती जय हनुमान लला की। दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की। लंका जारी असुर संहारे। सिय राम जी के काज सवारे। लक्ष्मण मूर्छित पर सकारे। आनिस जीवन प्राण उबारे। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की। दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की। आरती की जय हनुमान लला की। दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की। दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की। दुष्ट दलन रघुनाथ कला की।
ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभाव। करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर। गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय। मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम। बोले गणपति भगवान की, सरस्वती माता की, महालक्ष्मी माता की, जगदम्बिका माता की, सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की, सत्यनारायण स्वामी की, गंगा मैया की जय। नव दुर्गा माता की जय। श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। सियापति रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सब कोई जय जय सीताराम। नम पार्वती पतये हर 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 महादेव शंभो। जय सीताराम everyone. Have a good night, Shubhratri, and stay blessed always.